was pleasantly surprised at the beginning, and now I'm just it amazes me every day what what goes on. Even the support stuff that comes in through Facebook, Instagram, the emails with live webinars. You guys, the program is really, they want you to succeed, right? And I think if anybody that really wants to do it, they're going to have that support they need. My name is Jeff Carvelli, and I am living with type 2 diabetes, 10 years. The main problem for me was I never had a good control over my my sugars, my blood glucose. Even with regular exercise, I'm a fairly active guy. I have 3 kids. It wasn't being managed well. And I knew it was less about the exercise and more towards what I was eating and my diet overall. I was always tired, lethargic, right? I would wake up tired, like I hadn't slept at all. I never had a problem going to sleep, but I would always constantly wake up in the middle of the night, and just really never felt like I was well rested and had the energy I needed to go about my life. So I've been on mastering diabetes for 6 months, and I think the overall program helped me do a full reset of how to manage diabetes and how I go about my day to day. I think for me, I did the private coach session, and that was what I needed. Just a full support. But no one going into it for me is I wanted to do it. I needed to do it, but I wanted to do it. And so there was no option to fail. And since I've been on the program, I've had a total turnaround health-wise, with both the type 2 and my other 2 chronic diseases, and just overall feeling of feeling well day to day. Having that coach, right, for me was really holding myself accountable, right? And I had Coach Linda, and she's been awesome since day one. Never really felt pressured about anything, but she was my guide to what I needed to do day to day. For me, right, it's, having the energy first thing in the morning to either go work or have fun with my family, or to work out on a more consistent basis, right? I think food wise, right, it was great to have the 6-week meal plan right at the beginning. It kind of helps you to reset how you eat and what you eat. And it was kind of like the no-brain, hey, we're going to give you the guide that works, and if you follow this, you will see results. And that couldn't have been more true. Prior to probably 12 years ago, I did my first mud run. I really fell in love with doing obstacle courses and that type of thing. And just, in the last few years, it's gotten tough for me to do that and enjoy it, right? And to do it in a way where, I was physically fit to really do well and have fun. So I think since being on the Mastering Diabetes program, it allowed me to not to feel the aches and pains that I used to feel, right? I would still be very active, even though I was at this point almost about 38 pounds lighter than I was when I first started. But just being able to work out, want to work out and feel like I can with, really, feeling like I wasn't getting anywhere with it, right? Showing the results, both, internally and then externally, like weight loss and physical appearance, has been awesome for me. And so for me, it's, always having something to sign up for. So, signing up for another mud run or a half marathon or ultimately a marathon at some point. Those are the things that now I want to do. And by putting those on the calendar, for me, it shows me what I need to continue to focus on for sure. As of July of last year, I think from an actual blood work perspective, my A1C was the highest at 9. So back in July, it was 9. That's where my new doctor and I had a frank conversation. He's like, you seem to be trying to do the right things, but it's just not working for you. So, with a A1C of 9, he maxed me out on 2 medications and says, this is what you need to do. However, there are alternatives, and that's where he turned me on to the Mastering Diabetes book. And he said, here's the book, have a read, right? And you tell me what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you because I'm not doing it. You are. So for me, having the 9 A1C was a big alarm clock for me. I'd never been that high in all my blood work testing that I've done over the years. So for me, it was kind of low. So I said, I need to do something, but it still took me 3 months to read the book and figure I want to do this. And since starting the program, I've gone down 2 whole points. So now I'm at 7.0 for my A1C. And that was as of the first week of January of 2023. I think just the other benefit for me is I do have high cholesterol and high blood pressure. So I was on medication for those. And since starting the program and progressing with my blood work, my labs, I've been taken off of one of the 2 type 2 diabetes oral medications. And I've cut both my cholesterol and high blood pressure meds in half. My total cholesterol was between 220 and 250 total. And now I think my last one was around 140 total cholesterol. I think I was around 150 over 95. And I think the last time I went, I was about 118 over 75. For me, I really did the homework before I signed on to the program. I think if anything, the people that I talked to about it within my friends and family were more skeptical than I was. They were like, Jeff, are you sure you want to do this? And again, I looked at not just the food list, but the recipes and what it entailed, right? And even though I was giving up meat, giving up dairy, right? But it was really the combination of spices and the other things that the program comes up with and lends to you. From day one, I really had no fear after that first day of eating food that this was for me, right? That it wasn't just eating a handful of lettuce, right? It was really combining these foods with spices and things that were good for you you really enjoyed it, right? And it really was not a chore, not whatsoever. For me, it was to really getting a good handle on my diseases, right? Being type 2, I know it can be reversed, right? So that's why I got into the program, right? But the side benefits of dropping 38 pounds in 6 months time, having to buy a whole new wardrobe because for lack of better words, you look like a hobo because your clothes are huge on you, right? That's a great feeling. And those were enough for me, but I think the X factor for me was seeing people I haven't seen in a long time come up to me and says, "Oh my God, Jeff, what's going on? Are you okay? You look great," right? And just to ask about what I was doing, right? And you can ask Coach Linda this, right? I'm probably one of the biggest fans of Mastering Diabetes, and everywhere I go, I get a chance to tell people about it. I've actually bought the book a couple times over because I'll give out my book I gave it to my dad and my mother-in-law and friends. Hey, can you send me the link to the book so I can take a look at it? I said, absolutely. So I think just that, just having the feeling that I never thought I could be where I am today, and then now be able to share that. I think that's the bonus for me. That's the pay it forward piece. For me, it's what are you willing to do, right, and try to really gain full control of your health, right? Um, People always like, how do you deal with not eating meat or not having cheese or ice cream? I'm like, I go, I'd say it's a small price to pay for your health, but it's not a price that I wanted to pay, right? It's just the benefit of feeling good every day. When you wake up, you don't feel tired, right? And you're able to go run 5 miles and come back and not have to think about it, right? And not be hurting for not days, but weeks on end, right? And be able to do that several times a week and be able to run around the yard with my kids as they get older and they want to continue to do stuff, and I can. So I think if you look at the things that you're looking to do, that's what you focus on, and that's what you got to keep your goals to, right? As I said earlier, right, I always have something that I'm looking to do or look forward to, and that's with anything. It might be a race, but it also might be, hey, I'm going on vacation, or I have a wedding or a graduation, right? And always looking to say, hey, set goals every day, every week to get where you need to be for that year. And for me, it's, I always say it's the proof's in the pudding, right? I said, I'm not starving myself whatsoever. I'm eating probably more food than I ever have. And it's good food. And, uh, I'm not ever thinking about, every time I see a chicken wing or a rib, they don't even call my name anymore. And those are the things I used to love. So if anything, anybody has the ability to change, and if you really want to do it and you're really, tired of being where you're at, then surround yourself with people that will support you, and you will succeed. Was pleasantly surprised at the beginning, and now I'm just it amazes me every day what what goes on. Even the support stuff that comes in through Facebook, Instagram, the emails with live webinars. You guys, the program is really, they want you to succeed, right? And I think if anybody that really wants to do it, they're going to have that support they need. If I always tell people, right, I'm always here to ask questions to, right? And if I don't know it, I will point to the right people. But it's something now that, every time I go out, they're like, oh, Jeff, what are you going to eat? What are you going to do? You look at the menu and you just got to speak up for yourself and put yourself in a situation where you're going to succeed, and you make the right choices.